No, this would just be straight record, but then when it goes live, we'll play some music as well, so we can edit it properly. But you can put on there, so you can hear yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to hear yourself, if you're alright with it.
Is that okay?
Is that okay? Is that okay for you?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah, is that all right? Thanks. Okay, I'm good. Ready to go.
Ready to go?
Woo!
Wow. So this is actually happening. I mean, if you told me at the start of the year that I'll be interviewing this incredible human being, I'll be like, shut up. It's a lie. Where? So when I got the phone call from my good friend Amika, it's like, Sam, do you want to, interview Nelly Furtado? I was like, what? Of course I do. Why would I say no to that? Obviously, we had outside an interaction, but just to kind of let you know, I love you. I love your music. The nostalgic feeling, it just really brings me back to a time where I just feel like, you know what? I miss those days. But good thing we've got YouTube and Spotify. We can always relive those moments again and again and again. I just want to say thank you for being here. Your music's undeniable. Let's start off here. Fresh off the Isle of MTV recent performance.
Yeah, we were just in Malta. Yeah.
How was that?
It was amazing. She got to share the stage with Ray, actually.
Yeah, was that your first time meeting?
Yeah, we met for the first time. We played like right after one another, and she's so lovely. We got to like give each other a lot of love, a lot of flowers, and it was fun. Is there music coming between you two? I hope so. I hope so too. Yeah, I hope so too. I just love her whole intention and message and all of that. Amazing. I wanted to go to from this perspective and this point. In 2022, Drake brought you out to perform, and it had been a while prior to that point since we've seen you live. How did that kind of help you get back into music? Did you know Drake beforehand? What was the whole process? Not really. I met him shortly before that, to be honest, which is strange because we'd crossed paths but never properly met. Actually, when I did a tour of Canada of Loose and way back in 2007, he actually did backup vocals for my opening act as a MC named Socrates. Really? Yeah. So Socrates was on my tour. He used to do like all of Tim's parts and rap with me on Promiscuous and things like that. But he has his own career and his own songs and his own hits. So Drake was his sideman on stage. And he only did 4 or 5 shows, and I feel like we briefly met maybe at a club. It was years ago. It was before he was Drake, quote unquote. And then we have a mutual friend, but we never really met in person since then till 2 years ago. Yeah. At which point, he just kind of, gassing me up and saying that I had to come to this performance and perform I'm Like a Bird at this very special show. That was kind of honoring just her roots of like Toronto and Canadian music and things like that. So I got out there, and I kind of remembered how much I loved to be on stage and how much I had to offer after some time away, and just kind of going inward and just like, I don't know, it was nice. It was like a marker of like, oh wow, I've changed so much. I have so much more to offer this now, you know? Yeah. No, doing absolutely. The time, putting in the work to yourself. And you looked happy on stage. You look happy to be back on stage. I am extremely joyful on stage. I'm extremely happy to be there. I'm extremely in the moment. I treasure it. I'm grateful. Yeah. I'm humbled by new fans, new generations, younger fans discovering my music for the first time. It's I always like joke, it's kind of like being in the Matrix. It's like, wow, how is this happening? It's so full circle. It's really precious. Corazon is your latest single that you've dropped. It took 2 years to make, though. What goes into like your creative process when you're making music in general? I am very spontaneous. Okay. If you want to write a song right now, we can. Just drop a beat and you can see how I write. But I keep the microphones on. I invite a lot of people. This time around, I invited a lot. But, okay, so to explain, I've been singing and writing since I was 3 years old. So I would just kind of open my mouth and these songs would come out of me. And I think it comes from growing up in this Portuguese tradition from the Azores Islands, where my parents are from. Yeah. There's a tradition of singing called desafio, which is a style of fado. And 2 people battle each other on stage. Oh. It's not planned out. It's all made up off the top of your head. And you save like the most like battle line for the end, and desafio translates to battle. So in the studio, I very much like to challenge myself to just kind of spontaneously write a bunch of hooks on different things and lyrics, but then I like to also invite my friends in, and Corazon's no exception. I think I had 4 or 5, 6, 7 people around, and I'd just been to Colombia, so I do sing in Spanish. and Portuguese also. So that's a part of who I am as an artist. And I think Corazon is a cool song because it is the only song on the album that features Spanish, the main version of my album. And it features a really talented vocalist, Lisa Almet from the band Bomba Estéreo from Colombia.
Okay.
And we're both mums who are also rock stars on stage and sing. And then it's just finding the balance. And Corazon is a fusion of musical styles. But the beat is produced by T Minus.
Okay.
And he's really well-respected producer. And he's... kind of a perfectionist, and he pushed me a lot in the studio for some of the songs we did.
Do you like being pushed?
I like challenge.
Yeah.
I get bored very easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's always a constant thing with you. You always want to be challenged and see.
Oh yeah, and I never want to repeat myself. Like because I'm in it, you know, for me.
Yeah.
So I just have to stay anything to keep me engaged.
Okay.
I also have ADHD, like for real. I was diagnosed a couple years ago, which made a lot of sense to me. I have an inattentive kind. And it made so much sense, like, oh, I get it. So I leaned into this record. I said, you know what? I'm going to make the most of this brain. Yeah. I'm going to write 3 songs at once in the studio. I'm going to stay till 8 a.m. I'm going to let it get as wild as I want, as bananas as I want. And I really, I put a lot of joy into it.
Yeah. Does it affect the way you make music at all? You have an ADHD or?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because I can write 3 songs at once. It's really in 2 rooms and 2 things can be going on at the same time. It's really quite cool.
Wow.
It's cool.
Okay, but yeah. I read.
But I only feel normal in the studio.
Oh, okay.
In real life, I'm a disaster.
I disagree.
No, real. Ask any of my friends.
What's the day in the life like?
Family.
What's the day in the life for you?
I'm just a mess. I'm just unhinged. I'm a mess. I'm messy. I'm disorganized. Make a list, Nelly. Okay, which one? I have 10 on 10 different notebooks. Wait, in notes on my phone, you mean? Wait, you emailed me. No, text me. Text me the screenshot. Hey, cuz, what about this picture? Okay. Oh, wait. I'm a mess. But I love it. I love myself.
And it's a part of you.
I'm a happy mess. I'm happy, though.
Amazing.
The trick is managing the self-thoughts, managing, don't criticize yourself for who you are. Just try your best.
And this is what's come out with the album.
Yeah.
Writing what I read somewhere that you did about 400 to 500 songs.
I did 500 pieces of music.
500
God bless my engineer. His name is Anthony Yorshon.
Of music. How do you narrow that down to
my engineer became my best friend. He knows everything about me. I'm like, Anthony, it's Friday night. We're here again. Sorry, you're 25. You have plans, eh? Do you have a girlfriend? What happened? Sorry, I'm sorry. Tell her I'm sorry. We're here again. It's Saturday night.
Nelly, how do you narrow that down to just to make an album for you? How do you narrow that down to such fewer songs? Because 500 is a lot.
It's a lot. I'm a lot. I'm I got a lot in my head. So, it's my main mode of expression, right? Yeah. It's I literally just that. And so, again, so to put it into perspective, I'd come off of being a stay-at-home mom for 3 years straight, and I hadn't set foot in a studio for probably 4 years, to be honest.
Wow.
Hadn't set foot in a studio.
Was that a conscious decision? Was you not inspired? Was you still always writing but just wouldn't go into the studio? What was it?
I'm not sure exactly. It's a combination of a few things, but actually one is I had both of my youngest children 14 months apart.
Okay.
So any parents out there listening would be, oh shoot, okay, that's a lot, because you're quite busy. So I just kind of motherhood took the front seat, and it was fun. But at the same time, I think there was a part of me that was missing, and I think now I'm trying to find that real balance. I think that's the sweet spot, because you can't drop your passions.
No.
It could be gardening, whatever you like to do. Don't drop it. Do it a little bit, even for 5 minutes a day.
You won a Grammy for "I'm Like a Bird."
Yeah.
Take me back to that time.
Okay.
Take me back to that time. What was that moment like for you? Do you remember it? Who was Nelly then compared to who Nelly is now today?
Oh, that's a really special night. My mother was sitting next to me in the audience. And I come from really humble roots. My parents are immigrants from the Azores Islands. I grew up cleaning hotel rooms, chambermaiding, just really working class. So it meant a lot to my family for me to be at an event like the Grammys. My father since passed, he was out in the stands watching and so excited. So very special, kind of Cinderella story, really. But now I'm kind of that same person. It's strange, but I started working with a lot of DJs again recently, and that's really my roots. I started off making trip-hop in Toronto, going to raves, making music with my DJ friends, electronic music. hip hop, trip hop. And so now I'm making music with DJs again, you know, like Dom Dolla, Tech House DJ. We put out a track last year, Eat Your Man. And I said, I just want music for you.
He brought you out at a concert, right?
Yeah, we've been to Lollapalooza, Coachella. We've been playing at raves, afters. That's the sweet spot for me. I feel like I'm 18 again in my raver pants, just making playlists. I'm obsessed with music again, completely the way I was when I was a teenager. Yeah. Yeah.
What's like your favorite song to perform live on stage?
Promiscuous, actually.
Really? Is that your...
Yeah.
The
energy just takes over. The song is bigger than me. It's like, it's karaoke at this point.
Yeah.
And so even my band, I turn back and they're just jamming.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thanked Tim recently for that beat because, like, I got the Promiscuous beat.
Okay.
So I'm lucky. I mean, I don't know. I think he wrote it for me. But, like, I think that, like, just being able to sing that every night is really special. It does feel like karaoke. And karaoke's fun, right? It sounds like it's like you're singing with your best, like, friends in the crowd. Like,
I did karaoke first time last year with my friend's birthday, and I enjoyed it.
Did you drink?
No, I didn't drink. We did it for her birthday celebration, and we did a lot of songs. We did Drake. We did a lot of the...
Boys to Men?
Yes, we did.
I like Boys to Men at karaoke.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like End of the Road. Because you can really see if somebody can sing.
I don't know
how far they go.
I don't think I've got a great voice.
We belong together. Come on.
And I know that... No, I'm not even going to...
No, go!
Why do you play with my mind?
Said it be forever. No? Together? I don't know.
I think it's together. Wow, we just did a rendition.
You want to do the bridge.
What? Holding you tight, pain in my head. No, I'd rather be
dead.
Singing and
wait, the chorus.
Although we come to the end of the road, still I can't let go.
Where are the flowers?
It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. Nelly, we've got an interview to do. Yeah, we've got an interview to do.
But you gave me roses. What do you expect?
We've got...
I'm going to get into the romantic karaoke.
I guess so. Do you know what? Yeah, it kind of led into my next question. Everyone knows you and Timbaland to be this amazing dynamic duo.
I had to check if it was just me that likes singing karaoke, Boys to Men.
No, it was me as well.
It's everyone in the world.
Listen, it's me as well. How was it meeting Timbaland for the first time? What was that moment like?
I'll tell you exactly what it was like.
Yes.
It was like 2001, and I was about 21 or 22 max. I get a call from like my record company, and they're like, Timbaland wants to sample your vocals from my first album, Whoa Nelly. I had a song called Baby Girl.
Okay.
And the vocal that caught his ear was this part that I put in it that was very influenced by Brazilian music that I'd been listening to. It was a song called Baby Girl, and it went ching 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 ching. So he sampled that for an artist he had signed called Miss Jade. Okay. And he turned it into, what about your ching ching ching, what about your bling bling bling? Yeah. Actually, even Beyonce references the Miss Jade song.
Okay.
And I didn't even realize till a year ago, and I was shook. I was like, oh my God! Ba-da-ba-ba-ching went far. And so anyways, that's how I met Tim. But it gets better. He brought me in to the studio, and so I met him, and it was instant chemistry. Not only was I there to hear that, all of a sudden I was singing like, like I'm on the song now. Like I'm on the Miss Jade song, and then Miss Jade toured with me. And then, take it to the next level. You know what he does? He says, sit down. I want to play you something. He plays me. I was probably one of the first 10 people to hear this song. Get Your Freak On by Missy Elliott.
And you jumped on a remix
and he says, Missy Elliott wants you on this remix. Can you fly to Virginia? And then I flew to Virginia like a week later, and Missy just goes, oh, hey, oh my God, I saw MTV, and you had like your shell toes and your big hoop earrings, and I thought, I just want to work with her. And so I said, okay, here, and then she says, here's my engineer, okay, have fun. And she went to the other room. So then I just sat there, and I'm like, oh, I got to hit this out of the park. So I'm just like, meep, meep, Nelly Furtado, like I have a whole remix. I did it on Tiny Desk recently.
Yeah.
But anyway, like it's like one of those, if you know, like the people who heard it back then remember it. You
Absolutely.
know?
I've just been tapped. I've only got my last few questions. I want to know.
I know.
I know. I'm just having so much. Nelly Furtado got me to do karaoke. Can you imagine? I'm never going to forget this moment ever.
Dentist soon.
2 questions. You mentioned that you love Shy Girl. She's a girl that you've looked at in the UK. I know.
I was listening to her this morning. I love.
Is there anyone else
music.
from the UK
And
that
I
you
think
love?
She's so cool. Jeez. Oh, I've worked with SG Lewis a lot. SG Lewis is such. He's
you got sung out with him.
He's so talented. Oh, I want to work with Dave because Dave shouted me out. He's like, "Money, Nelly Furtado."
Yes. Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, show love. Let's get." I want him on the remix.
That would be amazing.
I have a song for Joe.
I would love for you to even do a song with Burna Boy.
Not Joe. Sorry.
Do you know Burna Boy?
Dave. No, not Joe. Dave. Dave, I got a song for you. What?
Outside of UK, do you know Burna Boy?
Of course.
I think you and Burna Boy would absolutely have a hit.
Burna Boy?
I mean, just in case. But I think you and Burna Boy would absolutely do an amazing
I love
song.
Burna Boy.
Yeah, I think it'll be incredible.
Is he watching?
Well, we're gonna
Can
make sure we send it to his team. Last question: what collab would you love to do, dead or alive? Who is it that you haven't worked with in this game that you'd love to work with? Dead or alive? Dead and alive. Sorry.
Collabo. I mean, I think Ray and I should do a song together.
Okay.
And I think Burna Boy and I should do a song together. And
anyone passing?
And Shy Girl. I think Shy Girl and I should have a whole EP.
Oh, wow. Okay, you putting it out there. You're putting it out there. So wait, this album drops September. What can we expect?
September 20th. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a couple months away. I'm so excited. I got so many songs. I'm just gonna be like dropping them like spice.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like ding, ding, sprinkle. What's that?
That's been my time. Nelly Furtado, thank you so much. We're going to be playing Corazon, of course. I appreciate you for coming out here.
Thank you.
This has been a moment for me, a dream come true.
Me too. I've had fun.
I've had so much fun.
And just so you know, he brought me roses. Are you embarrassed? He brought me roses. It was so sweet. He
I'm
gave me
not
these
embarrassed.
red roses.
Yes.
He said, "Looks so very sweet."
Thank you very much. That's been my time. Samuel Nelly Furtado. It's a wrap!